Here are some speed paint ye.
So yeah, I know I haven't posted in a little bit, but I have no idea what to really do for content. I want to make some animations so bad, but I don't have any animations apps to do so. I could use Ibis Paint though, ma bye.
Wow, well, why did it seem maybe like that ma abb by bruh? Anyways, I couldn't really get any background music, so I basically made my own. What you're listing in the background is me playing one of my little sister's vibraphone. Hopefully it isn't too loud.
I don't really know what to say since I already dropped Cassie's lore in the last speed paint. I do have some little facts though. Cassie is a caffeine feline and is a night owl. Cassie is a little skittish at times.
Cassie finds comfort in Keith, and they would have little cuddling and drinking hot cocoa sessions as they watch comfy old shows and movies to get Cassie off of work and take a break.
Okay, now Keith Dusklore, I guess. Keith works as a motorbike fixer. They met which other than they were in first year of college. Cassie went for programming and coding and Keith went for engineering. Basically a cute, fluffy crush type of thing. Now in the present, Keith was very devastated by Cassie's death. He helped continue the game Cassie made, even if it's not as big as they wanted, but Cassie would have wanted. And after they were done, they released the game on an indie game website.
Keith voiced Ichibo, as you know, and Keith isn't familiar with voice acting, but he tried his best when he voiced Ichibo. It's what Cassie wanted, and he likes to hear Cassie's X of joy.
I'ma put some lyrics here, ye.
Here are the lyrics of the song Yandir by Jasmine Bean. Warning for some swearing, lol. I don't know. I just like you. And anyone who gets in the way, honey, might get a handful of some shit or stay heavy-hearted. I know we all want one. That's not my fucking problem. Stay near, and you'll have nothing to fear. This might get a little messy, I'm sure. Heads rolling for the one I adore.
This may become a little brutal if I'm honest, but it's anything for you, my dear. I promise, you know I like you, and anyone who gets in my way, darling, might get a handful of some shit, or stay heavy-hearted, because it's cut-throat.to anyone who comes close.be mine, and everything will be fine.
This might get a little messy, I'm sure. Heads rolling for the one I adore. This may become a little brutal, if I'm honest. But it's anything for you, my dear. I promise.
This might get a little messy, I'm sure. Heads rolling for the one I adore. This may become a little brutal, if I'm honest. But it's anything for you, my dear. I promise. This might get a little messy. I'm sure. Heads rolling for the one I adore. This may become a little brutal, if I'm honest. But it's anything for you, my dear. I promise.
This might get a little messy, I'm sure. Heads rolling for the one I adore. This may become a little brutal, if I'm honest. But it's anything for you, my dear. I promise. This might get a little messy, I'm sure. Heads rolling for the one I adore. This may become a little brutal, if I'm honest, but it's anything for you, my dear. I promise.
Here is some pictures from my blog, the Hairball Blog Ye.
If you want to know more about these little sullies, the blonde one is Trixie Jackson, and the other one is Amber Muffs Ye.
I just watched the third Jurassic Park movie. It was good. Maybe my favorite so far.
Rain, raindrop. 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 Rain, raindrop.
I'm a spam text now. And I trust you, and the other one of the best Tim by Michael said he was going to be a little late, but I have to go to get more of the machine and stuff and went back home not have any shots in a while since we are going to be a little late. But she knew that it wasn't going to be done in her heart, didn't get it my kinds the day before it. Was a huge crowd chanted wanting to run away.
TG, I don't know what to think of a O-like thing, and I trust you to safely to be a little bit, yeah. The first, one of the best, Tim by Michael said. He had the cracks in the bathroom that Ichibo was half of it, a little more of it, but it's not. I don't know how long time to do it again in a grandma like a kid who sneakily I think it is very cute, but I have no clue. I think it was very fun. I think it would probably give you a call.
I'm so excited for you guys to be the one who is the screen man I love. I don't know if it is a little bikthia, the youngsters. I have a lot happen in the past. Love the food for me and my friend and the family that didn't know what to think of it timely. They have the type to be the one who sits down the last time you were in a while that anyone would like to play with her higher the last time. We talked in Kapaju on the bed of Holy Moly. The first one is Amber.
So here is me typing with my eyes closed. EAB duft fees, F for Feb, height Hai Arheed, Taviduef died, Cookvig V, Iduf Fidix Bud Kajed, JVV Jiz Befshix, SOP, these air like, did IEV, this you probably just want Buo, the KKKJ.
This is a picture that is included in Chapter 4 of Pine Scene Forest. Am I gonna tell you what the context?
This is my Forsaken OC Takia Sage. She is a witch. Her and her friend Sandra Cyrus, which is a knight, both trained together. Takia trained to be a high-ranked witch. Aka the group of powerful wicks or wizards that use their magic to help and protect the kingdom.
To explain her mechanics vid, she was in the game Mystic Brew. In this ability, Takia makes potions that can heal other survivors and given them 5.7 seconds of speed. Second ability, Strength of the Staff. In this ability, Takia casts a spell that strengthens Stunner's weapons for some minutes. Third ability. In this ability, Takia casts a force field on herself, heals herself for some minutes.
So, some more LOL. One day it was the day of the trials, the day that they have trained half of their life for, to see if they are worthy for their kingdom. And so Takia was tasked to cast her strengthen spell, which she does, but didn't know that it was a trap, and Sandra luckily came in, and then they fought. But unfortunately, Takia got stabbed in the chest. Sandra was shocked and upset, but also got killed, and then they both woke up in the dimension of Forsaken.
This is my other Forsaken Sandra Cyrus. She is a knight, specifically a Redcliffe knight. Same backstory as Takia, but knights. Sandra trained for being a knight of the Red Golden Knights, aka a very high-ranked knight.
Here are the mechanics. If Sandra Cyrus was in the game, the strength of the sword. In this ability, Sandra can protect one of the survivors for some minutes. Second ability, Nightfall Block. In this ability, Sandra can block any speed attacks from the killers, which stuns them for 0.5 seconds. Third ability, Swiftful Escape. In this ability, Sandra gets a speed boost either on half of health or after a block.
So some more lore. One day, it was the day of the trials, the day that they have trained half of their life for, to see if they are worthy for their kingdom. And Sandra was participants in a night trial, but then Sandra felt some danger and ran. Sandra luckily came in, and then they fought. But unfortunately, Takia got stabbed in the chest. Sandra was shocked and upset, but also got killed, and then they both woke up in the dimension of Forsaken.
Anyways, hope you enjoyed.